Hi. So I have some astrological homework to assign to you. And you absolutely do not have to do it. It's not an assignment, it's an idea. And if you would like to participate, it could be cool. So take a look in your phones or your devices, the devices that you use to take photos, and check out what was happening for you around February 18th in the transition period between Aquarius season and Pisces season. Taking a look at the years past, like last year, is a great place to start. However, I wonder what you might learn if you look all the way back at Pisces season of 2020. Pisces season of 2020 is a very interesting period of time to examine because it was, the beginning of Pisces season was when we were hearing about what was happening in China with the coronavirus. And then, at least in Portland, the shutdown began on Monday, March, let's see, 16th, I believe. And it'll be really curious to see what kinds of photos you were taking before that point, like at this point in 2020, and maybe check out your planner and journal and see what you were noting about how you were feeling, and then consider, wow, you didn't know what was coming. How have things changed for you? Many people are very different right now than they were pre-pandemic unfolding. So take a look at that. And then also another thing to examine. So briefly, not briefly, when am I ever brief? I was looking back at at a reel that I posted because someone liked it, but the reel was from 10 weeks ago. And at that time, I was talking about what had been up for you previously when Mars had been at 16 degrees was what I was looking at. Well, today Mars is at 15 degrees. So very close to that time period. And I'm grateful to the person who liked it because it put me in this mindset of looking back and taking a look at what we've been through. And here are some other dates to look at. Look at December 11th, 2022. That's when I posted the video. I had just I wasn't recovered yet. I was still in recovery from COVID. I'm really pretty recently feeling better, to be honest. It's really takes it out of you. Maybe some people don't want to hear that, but that was my experience, is that I felt really quite very shitty for quite a long time. December 11th, what was going on with you then? So looking at photos from December 11th, and then September 22nd was the first time that Mars had contacted that degree in Gemini, and that's when it was direct. So September 22nd, things may have been moving forward easier for you. And then in December, if you're anything like me, things were very slow and there was very little progress due to things outside of my control. At this point, we're passing over roughly the same area of our charts. So you might also, if you have access to a copy of your birth chart, check out 15 degrees Gemini in your chart and see what's happening there. Mars had made it as far as 25 degrees before it went retrograde in 2022. And we're going to come to 26 degrees. So we're finally going to make it past where we've been trying to get through. So we were trying to move forward in this certain way. Mars moves forward, is action oriented, and then we were stopped, slowed down, and made to go backward and reevaluate perhaps, or change plans, or rest and restore. A lot of the R words here. Okay, I wonder how it showed up for you. Once we get to March 16th, we're on the other side of that stopping point. And March is also a very energetically potent month for us. And it's a significant time. So I'm very curious about how things are going to speed up for people, what kind of progress might be made, and if some folks are going to be really stepping into their power and fortitude. The last thing to look at, and this will be a little bit more challenging because it's a long time ago. Um, Most of you were probably alive during this time. Take a look back at 1993 through 1996. And I don't know if you have photo albums. I think we do here, but I'm not sure that they're like labeled. But I would have to kind of think like, how old was I? And then find some photos where I'm about that age. But also, you can just start there, start with the math. How old was I during that time period? Excuse me. And this is about Pisces. This is about Saturn moving into Pisces. So Saturn was previously in Pisces between 1993 and 1996. And that's why we were looking at it. And the Pisces season stuff that I'm having you look at. So February 18th for 2022, 2021, and or 2020. But in particular, go ahead and look at that 2020 because I think it's going to reveal something. This transition period right now where the sun is where Saturn is going to be shortly. Saturn will be there on March 7th. And Saturn is quite a slow mover. So examining like the first couple weeks of Pisces season is going to give you an idea of some of the experience, some of the vibrational experience that you might have now with an entirely different flavor, because the sun being in that space is very different than Saturn being in that space, but it will give you some information about what might be in store for you vibrationally. Okay. Let me know what you think of this. It's kind of a big assignment, but I know you can do it if you're interested. See you later. Take care.